Hi, this is your friend Muhammad Murad. I will be showing you my driving and vehicle license department system, which is an enterprise system that allows you to add users or persons and add for them driving licenses with a three-tier application architecture. So what you're seeing right now is the database diagram that I'm using. So as you see, it's enterprise level application. So let's just start going and use this system. Let's start from the beginning. So this is the application. You start up with signing with your username and password. If you click the remember me, it should save the credentials in the DLL file in the system. So if I click login, it will open me the application. So let's start up with adding a new person. So here, these are the list of people that we are having current right now in the system. But let's do another person from scratch and showing you how it's done. Okay, so I'll be speeding this up to save up your time and I'll come back to you. All right, so here's an input validation, which says to you that this national number is already in use. So as I said, this is a three-tier architecture. So it checks out that this national number is already in the system with another person, so it doesn't allow you to do so. So this is a required field that you need to fill out. So we're going to choose another national number, like for example, N12, and hopefully, it works. So moving forward, I will be also speeding this up for you. All right. So also there's non-required field like the email here. It's not required. However, the address is required. So you cannot skip that. All right. So here also you can add your image. I have demo image here that I will be using. All right. So after adding this person, it's already saved in the database and we will have it here in front of us. So her name is Alia. It's N12 by her national number. So let's issue a new driving license for her. So what to do? I will go to the applications here and then driving license application, a new one, a new local license. Then we will search for her. You can search using the person ID or the national number. So I remember now the national number, which is N12. I will search for her. Here it is. Here's the information of her. And we're going to make a license for her. So let's basically say that she wants a small motorcycle license. And the application fees is 15 and the created by, this is the user, which is me. I will show you the user right now. All right, so here's the user right now who's using the system and doing all the applications. Here's all the information of him. And as I said, this is the username, which is Murad, the one who has created the application. All right, after we made the new application, we're going to manage applications here to see all the applications that we added. We have Alia here, as I said. And then if you right-click on it, you have these options. You can edit the application, whether if you choose a wrong license that you're applying on. For example, she wants the ordinary driving license, let's say. We saved it. Right now, we're going to show the application details. We'll find out that it's already a new local driving license. And it's the third one, which is the ordinary one. Okay? So next up, there is a process that you need to follow, which is the scheduling the test. You cannot schedule the written or the street test without passing the first one. So this is, as I said, in the logic. So let's schedule a vision test for her and choose the date. So the fees for this application is only $10, and we can choose the date from here for scheduling this test. We're gonna save this as a scheduled test, and it should be appearing here right now. So she didn't take the test, right? So let's make her fail for the first time. And we would say that she failed because she didn't wear her glasses, for example. All right. So after we do that, you cannot change the result. So it's already locked. If you try to edit it, it's not editable at all. So if the person is really set for this date, the appointment is locked. You cannot change anything in it. So in order to continue, we need to pass the test. You cannot go to the written test. She didn't pass. So let's make a new one for her. And let's see what we're going to do. If you notice here, the retaking application, you have an extra fee of $5. So if you didn't pass in the first time, which is $10, it will be 15, 10 plus 5, because she's repeating. So let's this time hopefully making her pass this test. So we will make her pass. She wore her glasses. Save. So right now, she passed the vision test. After vision test, you have here the passes is 1 for her. And now you can schedule the written test. If you try to schedule the street, it won't be. Because as I said, it's logic based. So you schedule the written test here. So let me speed this up also for you. it's all the same, scheduling the test, making her pass or fail depending on the status, and move on. All right, so now all the tests are already passed. We will issue a new license for her. So behind the scenes, you can see that the system automatically checks if this person like passed all the tests. So you find up here that we were issuing a new driving license for her for the first time. So if this was another person and he already issued a new one, like an old one before, it won't be for the first time. So we will issue a new driving license for her, and in the notes here we can type it or leave it. It's up to you. So we will issue a new driving license for her, and the license ID is 30. All right. So if we go here in the manage application and we see the local driving license applications, if we click here, you cannot issue, it's already done. So you will only be allowed to show the license itself. All right. So here's the all information that we did. So the class is the ordinary driving class that we already did. The name of the person, the license ID, the national number, and everything. So the issue isn't this is the first time she makes a new license. All right, so let's move to the next part, which is the detaining the license itself. So for example, it was her first time to make a new license, and somehow she made a violation for the laws and we need to detain the license. So we're going here and we're going to search by the license ID, which was 30. We click enter. Here's the license, and we can, like, this is the detain ID would be issued right now. The fine fees, I will be applying fines to this driving license. For example, I will add $50 as a fees, and I will detain this license. Okay. So this license detained with ID 16. We're gonna leave this one. So after we detain the license, we need to release it for her again. The license ID of this license here, which was 30. All right. So the application fees and fine fees, she need to make a new application for releasing her license, and we're going to release the license for her. All right. This is the detained license that has been released successfully. Right now, if you went back to manage applications and we saw here, Alia. So Alia, basically, we can show her license and his license is not detained anymore. All right, so by this, there's a lot of other features that you can explore and see here. This is not all, but in order to not make this video long, you can explore the application by yourself. For example, you can add users, you can renew a driving license, you can replace it. For example, if you try to renew the driving license which is already detained, it won't allow you. So here, let's move up to the code part. All right, so as you see here, this application is a 3-tier application architecture, which is one for visuals, one for business, and one for data access. For example, this is a simple code snippet in this application, which is, okay, so this is a very simple or a very small snippet of my code, which will demonstrate how I validate the test types. So you're not allowed to schedule the third test before the first test. Okay, so the first thing here, this function is an async, which is all the I/O operations here I did in async in order to speed up and not freeze the UI. Okay, so basically I'm doing here an enum which has the 3 type of the tests that we are having here. For example, if we clicked here to see the enums. All right, so as you see here, here's like enum, as I said, the vision test and the written test and the street test. Okay, so for the first one, the vision test, it's already like gives you true because it's the first one that you're going to do. And next up, which is the written test. So here's the logic, which is query the database does pass the test type or not. So in order to make the written test, you need to pass the vision test, which is this function accepted as a parameter, also enum type. So we will ask this function, does this person pass the vision test, which is the first test or not? So we're going to view this function, all right? So does pass the test type. As I said, all the I/O operations is done in async programming. So here it asks the database directly. This is the business logic in DVLD business, which is the business part. So this business part will pass all the information needed to the database to query the database if this guy passed the test or not. So it passes the local driving license application ID, which is already showed you, which has the person ID and also the license ID. Okay, so basically this will ask the database, So here's the third layer, which is the data access layer. It's a SQL command, which will select the first test result. And this is the query that you're seeing right now. And after we query all this information, it will return for you just one thing, which is Boolean, if he passed it or not. And I think that will be it. This is a very quick overview about the project. You can see for the project itself, and if you want to view it by yourself, you can download it. The database is there. Everything is there. You can test it by your own. And thank you so much. This was Muhammad Ron.